Hi everyone, it's Irit, and I have a mixed media process video, and this one is for Shimmerz. And I'm just showing you how I start many of my mixed media layouts, and that is I match the colors of the media I'm going to use with the products that I want to use. In this case, some new Dear Lizzie documentary stuff. It's her stuff. It's her latest collection. And that's the 6x6 paper pad, so it has all the colors. And that booklet that I was holding before is my swatch book, which I highly recommend. So now I'm using Dazzlers, which is, I think, at the moment my favorite product to play with, and a Heidi Swap silk screen. And it has this gorgeous floral print on it. And the difference between a silk screen and a regular stencil is that you get a lot of detail. You can get like really great detail with the silk screen. And I admit that this was the first time I used it with the Dazzlers, and I just went for it. No trial runs or anything. I just went for it. I mean, you do need something that is... Silk screens will not work with something like watercolors or mists. I mean, I haven't tried, but it's just too much detail, and I'm assuming that with very wet media you will lose that detail. But they work amazing with kind of heavy body acrylic paints and these pastes. So the Dazzlers are a paste, like a dimensional paste, so it stays in the form that you put it in, I guess, and it's shimmery and gorgeous. I've used modeling paste a lot of times, and you can color them, but I haven't managed to create this like shimmery paste. And I will have all the colors and the products that I used in the blog post, so you can see if you have the collection. I mean, they're just beautiful colors, but I really like it when I have things that match. So now the paste is completely dry, and you can see how gorgeous it looks. And with these silk screens, the important thing to remember is that you have to clean them properly immediately, or whatever you put on them will just dry and you'll ruin your screen. So yeah, I hate cleaning, but I did that because I want to use this beautiful floral again. And now I'm adding some shimmery watercolors, and those little pots are inklings and creamies, and basically they are both kind of watercolors that you need to add water to activate them, and they are dry when you open them. And the inklings are really shimmery, gorgeous, and the creamies are more of a satin finish. And if you're not sure what is what and which is which, then check out Missy Whedon's great videos, and she explains the difference between all these different products. So that was really helpful also for me. And yeah, I'm just adding the colors. And with watercolor, I think one of the ways of getting an interesting look is to work in layers. So put your color down, let it dry. Watercolors always dry lighter than when you apply them. So you might think you added a lot of color, but then it dries and you see that it's really lighter than you imagined or wanted. And yeah, and then go back and add another layer until you get the look you want. So I'm just at the beginning, I thought I didn't want to add watercolors on the flowers, but then I decided that they looked a bit too white or clean next to the watercolors. So I am going also with the watercolors on top of it, and the paste resists the watercolor, but they will soak into the regular watercolor paper. And I am using watercolor paper. My watercolor paper is not the best quality. I think it's sufficient for my scrapbook layouts, but you see all that kind of buckling that it does, and sometimes the colors kind of bloom a bit. I don't know, now I don't have it, but it happens on other layouts. It's usually the paper's fault, and I make it work. For me it's kind of okay, but the point is that I recommend, especially if you're not going to prep your page with gesso and you're mostly going to use watercolors, I recommend watercolor paper. Just gives you that watercolor look that you're not going to get if you use cardstock. So as you can see, I'm just adding some more color where I think it's needed. I'm using a large round brush. This is a number 10 brush. And sometimes I'm adding some water with a mister, like a spray bottle, just to help it move around the colors, because I don't want these rough edges. So the spray helps the color flow. And you see now I'm adding, I think you can see some of that gorgeous shimmer, that color that I'm adding now. It's one of the inklings, and it's just so shimmery and beautiful. And what I found with the when I was matching the colors is Shimmerz offers these sets. They're called tones, and they are 4 different products, usually a mixture of sprays and shimmery watercolors that have kind of the same shade or color, but in different intensities and different finishes. And they also have a pink set, which I think is called Blush, but I'm not sure. I will have all the products on the blog post. And it's 2 mists and 2 watercolors. And I'm using the 2 watercolors here. You see on the screen, the pink ones, and they're just lovely, and they match the pink in the Dear Lizzie collection beautifully, and you really get a nice depth when you use these sets. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that shimmery one. I'm adding some splatters also, and if you want the splatters to stay nice and defined, then you need to splatter them on a dry surface, because if you splatter them on a wet surface, they'll just spread. And I wanted some more intensity in the yellow, so I'm adding some of this mist, and I think it's the no yoking colorings, so it's just color, so like a flat color without shimmer. But I love to mix. I mostly work with color, and I don't really pay attention to what finish. I don't I like to mix the finishes if the colors are what I want. So I use shimmery products and flat products on the same project, and I really like the result. So now I want to add some intensity to that. I don't know, it's one of my favorite colors lately. I have a thing now with corals and these kind of, I don't know, watermelon shades, like these pinkish warm reds. So I really love those. And I mean, pink and yellow have always been my favorites, but lately I'm just really enjoying also these other shades. So the Dazzlers that I used, I'm pretty sure it's the coral one, and it's gorgeous. And then there's those warm reds. And I will have the names. I'm really sorry, but they don't pop in my head right now. And now I'm adding some pink mist, and you can see I'm just dabbing it with my finger because it makes these nice edges. I don't like defined edges when I use watercolors. And that's it. My background is done. It's very hard to stop adding stuff, but I managed. And now it's just a matter of putting the other elements on the page, and it's very easy because I know already that my colors match the papers and products that I've chosen. So I just have to decide which papers I want, and I'm going to add one that has like this corally warm red color, and also a bit of that pink. And I think you can see also now, but also in the close-ups, how nicely the colors match. So the pinks and the yellows, they just work really well together. And I'm using the die-cut ephemera pack from the Dear Lizzie collection, and just layering a few embellishment clusters and trying to get the positioning right. And I really like that little, what are they called? Like wind wheels or something. It's a cute little piece of die cut. And just gluing everything. It's always very hard to decide where to position things because we're covering some of that lovely background we worked on. But I think with this design, with the florals at the edges, you can really also get the details of all the mixed media work. But still, I don't know, when I look at the page, the first thing I see is the photos, and only then all the other things, which is how I like it. Because, the photos are the main element in my layout. And yeah, it's just some cute photos of my husband and my daughter making some faces, and those golden gorgeous foiled words are "We are memory keepers," and they came in a hip kit that I used. And this floral, I think I cut it out from a pattern paper, and it also has the floral that I put at the top there. You see how lovely the colors match, so I really love that. If you watch my videos, I have a thing with matching colors and tone on tones and all those things. So I'm very happy when I get it right. And it's really easy with when you create like a swatch book, because it makes it so much faster. You don't have to try out your mists and your watercolors. You just have it already swatched, and you just have to pick out the colors. So I find it extremely useful. I have kind of a moleskin watercolor journal, something like that, and I use it for almost all my swatches. And now my daughter decided to join. There you can see her cute little hand with all kinds of stamps on it, and we're kind of usually I really let her, when we play together, I let her do whatever she wants. She's the boss of the layouts, but in this case, I had to guide her a little bit, because it's a project for design team, and I wanted it to look, as good as can be. And so we had a few discussions about the placement of embellishments. and she was okay with my choices. So I'm just moving it around. I usually don't do it, but yeah. I'm very bossy in this particular case. So that's it. That's my layout. Again, check out all the colors and details on the Shimmerz blog. I will post the link. And also, if you order anything from Shimmerz, mention my name in the comments to merchant, and you will get a free product of your choice. So thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.